Okay, we will now continue. Our next presenter is Nenad Bozic. He's co-founder and CEO at SmartCat. He's also data enthusiast, entrepreneur, and ex-software engineer with a bold experience. For more than half of his life, he masters various technologies and concepts such as software engineering, data engineering, building ETLs and data pipelines, working on distributed systems, and so on. His company was an EU Data Incubator winner and one of the top 30 featured companies at Cassandra Summit in San Francisco. He is also a passionate mentor to young entrepreneurs who are entering the data world. SmartCat is a data company that works with other companies to help them build AI solutions. SmartCat is also supporting our conference, and I would like, in the name of the organizing team, to them for helping us. Nenad, in his presentation, will give you a list of 10 common AI pitfalls that prevent AI solutions from ending in production. This list will help you prepare for your next AI project, and it will help you lower down the chance for it to end up in the POC drawer. Nenad, you can speak now.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Welcome to my presentation. Today, I want to talk about our topic of AI and how it can bring value to our business. But I want to start off with one question for you guys. In light of OpenAI drama and everything, are we moving too fast? Are we not moving too fast? I want to ask you first, are you optimists? Will we have better life and better technical solutions with AI? Who is optimist? Okay. And who is skeptic here? Who thinks that we will have general intelligence that will kill us all and eventually we will be inferior race? Yeah. I held this talk on different conference, which is not technical and AI, and I had the audience half and half. Basically, I am optimist. At the end of the day, I am leader of one of AI companies, so at least I can influence solutions that are being built, and we have a team of bright people who can influence how we deal with AI, not to end with AGI killing us all. I think we are in front of something which is really new, even though it is for a long time here. And I think dealing with any new technology boils down to essentially two things. Expectation management, what can be done with it, and the other is process. How best to deliver something of right kind of value. And for this, I want to first reflect on one story when I started my career. I started around 20 years ago when web presentations for most of the companies were really new thing. And everybody raced to have marketing on World Wide Web, and there were search engine optimization experts who were really popular these days. And there was one question which everybody hated from search engine optimization expert, and this was, can you build me a website, but can you optimize it to be first on Google search page? I think there are some things that are really easier to do than this. Climb Mount Everest, balance tightrope, pet a wolf. Generally, I think this search engine optimization expert had the interesting task in front of them, and this is how to educate the client, the customer who is building a website, what is possible, what is not possible, what are best practices, what can be done, what is impossible request. I think we in the AI industry are in the similar period, and these conferences are helping a lot. Podcasts are helping a lot. Big organizations who are sharing their experience are helping a lot, and that's why I chose this topic to share war stories, to speak in front of you and share what we did wrong and how we learn things. My thought process about so we as in the industry should avoid this hated question, and I think the right recipe to do so is to slow down, not slow down with innovation, but have a process which is delivering value iteratively, and to have like signs during the road, because this is a road. This is not like build me a solution, here is solution, and that's it. I think ChatGPT did this really good, because they pushed to production something which was good enough, but they explained what is not good in their software, and then they released a couple of additional versions where software AI solution is becoming better. On the topic of education, I want to emphasize here Andrew Young. I'm following him for a while now. He had this course of AI for everyone. I think he released Gen AI for everyone course. He's really good raising the complex technical context to the business audience, to the non-technical people, and talking about concepts in a way that everyone can understand. This is, I think, 15 hours of your time or 20 hours of your time, and for everyone who is non-technical, this is a good tool to push to your executives and to your business owners. So back to our topic, new technology. The other thing that I want to emphasize is a process, how to work with new technology. And here comes the second story. In web development, we have a firm process, calendar app. Everybody has it on the phone. So pretty much a goal is really easy. Schedule my meetings in the application. This is what customer comes with, and then you analyze specification, gather the team, start creating mock-ups, create some UI, and then gather your front-end and back-end team, and pretty much deliver one-on-one what was requested for you. It is, I would argue, deterministic. When you finish, pretty much you need to call search engine optimization expert to bring you to the first page of Google search rank, and then you have money in the pocket. But if something is new, like Gen AI, for example, 6 months, 1 year is not long period to play with this kind of technology in the production. How to do it? What process to do to apply? How to manage expectation? Basically, you don't have expectation from customers. They want to play around with it. They saw what they can do. You don't have process. We all have some kind of process. We are trying to apply old process to the new way of developing things. And we don't have problem, right? Well, I think there is a good measurement of how good you are performing with your process and your expectation management. And this is how many projects you push to production. So I wanted to ask you, how many projects did you work on that ended up on production? Less than 3? 3 to 10? More than 10? Everybody? No? Basically, we at SmartCat build, I would say, more than 20 AI solutions in production. And I wanted to share our expectation management process and our process of developing things and our scars, our mistakes that we made over time. We learned this the hard way. We made a lot of mistakes, even in early days. 6 or 7 years ago, we were a crew of data engineers who added a couple of AI specialists to our company, and we didn't know what we were doing back then, I would say, from this standpoint. Regarding expectation management, I think it's important to explain to a company that is starting this road that this is road. This is roadmap. This is strategical decision. This is not a one-off project. And this road starts from bottom layer. I use this pyramid a lot when I make first contact with customer. You need to collect, you need to sort out your data layer and collect valuable data. You need to analyze it. You need to figure out whether your data is of right quality. Do you have gaps? Do you have seasonality problems? And then you are ready to scratch the surface. Pretty much prediction floor of this pyramid is all about analytics, explaining how business is performing and how it will perform in upcoming short period. And top of the pyramid, I think a low number of companies are there, is AI. And for me, AI is a state where your prediction models are learning over time. You have infrastructure to apply human in the loop, to apply retraining of models, etc., etc. Regarding the process, it can be more complicated than this, but basically our process starts with discovery workshop. You want to understand what customer wants. And usually we are not talking about technical solution at this stage. We are trying to figure out what business is all about, what are their strategic goals, what they want to achieve. Next thing, my slides are a bit broken, but yeah, you get the text from the TV. Ideation phase. Ideation phase is we are trying to map what we heard on discovery workshop with technical solutions that are good for implementation based on current state of AI. Basically, we map a couple of ideas that you can apply to your business to become better. And we add complexity level because usually business owners don't know what is more complex than others. So we are trying to really find low-hanging fruits. Then we do technical due diligence, or we do it in parallel. Basically, ideation phase and technical due diligence come hand in hand because you need, in order to suggest something, you need to understand what kind of data a customer has, what is in that database, what kind of infrastructure they have, what kind of integration points they have. Out of that, basically, we form a backlog. And from the top of the backlog, we choose one solution, which is easy to implement or easier to implement because this game is all about trust. I think people don't trust AI. They saw that their competition is doing something, so they need to do something. So we need to first do short cycles, short iterations, and push something in front of them in order to see that this can help their business. When we prove the concept, if you are successful, then next phase is full data solution in production. And I think even though this is the last step, I think this is the longest step. Making something transition from proof of concept to data solution in production is a long way. You need to integrate with current system. You need to understand how to fetch data, what to do with it, so how to monitor it. There are new ways of monitoring. There are new ways of testing, data quality testing. So this is not easy phase. And on this road, there are, of course, pitfalls. There are dragons that are sleeping, which will wake up and mess up your plan, which you think is there, lay down, and everything is easy and simple. So I wanted to share a couple that we did. And I will start with business problems. Customer comes to, and they have usually single page, or not even single page. They have single sentence. I want to build recommender engine. I want to build something. Problem is not clearly defined, and I would say that this is the most important step, and maybe stop here and try to iterate, try to ask questions. 5 whys is a good way here. Ask them why, to really understand whether this is something that their competition is doing or something that it really can improve their business. Second one, which I think should go to like SLA of your cooperation, is success criteria. We are always building these kind of systems to move the needle somewhere, either to lower down the costs, improve user experience, improve overall revenue. So I would argue that at this stage you need to find a business metric that is good for evaluation of this AI solution incorporated into their digital product. We had one engagement which I'm really proud of, where we built a recommender system for scholarships, and we created a setup where we had dynamic pricing toward our customer, which was tied to success criteria, and they had 2 metrics. One was increasing the number of student applications. The other is lowering the number of churns, meaning that lowering the number of scholarships presented to them. So we succeeded with 100%. We created a bit of a couple of thresholds. And I think this is a really good way of building trust, because it's all about trust. Next segment that I want to cover is data. We sorted out business side of things. Let's move to the technical side of things. So first thing that I wanna mention here is lack of data. It might be counterintuitive and surprising to you, but there are many clients that want to have some kind of AI solution, but they have zero data. And they think that we can do magic, some kind of magic. With ChatGPT, you can generate data, you can generate data sets. It is questionable whether those are good data sets for their problem. Usually we apply if-else logic and create deterministic software until they gather enough data to really build machine learning solution. But lack of data is a widespread problem. Especially now when everybody have fear of missing out and watching competition. The other thing which you can do in this situation is transfer learning. For example, choose a similar data set from someone else which is publicly available and then transfer to your data set when you gather enough data points. The other thing which I want to mention is non-label data. For machine learning software, labels are really important. There are times that, for example, in recommender engines, churns, people say, yeah, we have a bunch of data. Customers say we have a bunch of data, but then we realize that they are not collecting, for example, impressions, clicks, likes, whatever you add to your website that can add meaning whether something is a successful action or non-successful action. So try to think about labels when you are developing features on your product. I think here we are scratching one interesting subject which we covered on podcast, Lindsay and I, and this is how user experience and product designers and data specialists should collaborate because data solution is as good as product is, and product is emitter of data. So I think this is good moment to emphasize this. The other thing that I want to emphasize is non-representative data. I think 5 years ago, we did a project in SmartCat where we tried to give signals to traders in crypto space, Bitcoin traders. We combined Twitter data and blockchain data, and we wanted to give some kind of signals when they should sell or buy. And this was a moment in time when Bitcoin was just going up. And we trained the model based on this historical data. But then, when we were close to finish, I think it was December or January, Bitcoin price started fluctuating, going up and down. So basically, we had non-representative data for the current situation, and we needed to go to the blackboard and figure out how to cope with this problem. I think you can see this here. So this is the moment where we trained on this part, and then you have fluctuations. Next thing that I want to emphasize is tail data for all of my legal audience. Basically, in USA, they try to train the decision whether someone should be convicted or not based on historical data. But they have chosen 50 years from 1950s to early 1990s or something like that, and they trained the decision-making tool to decide whether somebody should be convicted or not. They analyzed and they figured out that the color of the skin is a huge factor in convicting something or not. So you should pay attention whether your data is, your historical data is good for the current moment in time. And if not, then I would say wait or collect more data points or do something about it, not train where maybe there is bias in data. Okay, so we covered, again, technical side of things, business side of things. You have data solution in production. This is, in my opinion, only beginning of the problems. In this post-delivery phase is not easy phase. I emphasize this as a last step of the process. Basically, in post-delivery, you need to do maintenance. You need to do monitoring, like everything that you need to do on conventional application. But since System is not deterministic. This is not easy phase. You need to figure it out. You need to monitor data quality, have like notifications, built-in ingestion side of things. And so when you are doing expectation management with your customers or business owners, pay attention, tell them that post-delivery is not an easy phase, and they need to prepare. They need to prepare money, basically. Tuning phase. In conventional software, we have maintenance phase, where we are essentially fixing bugs and scaling the system. But here, we are training based on some assumptions, and those assumptions might not be all assumptions and all situations that will happen. So tuning phase and figuring out these corner cases that you didn't cover in training phase is really important. In ChatGPT, for example, they created this grounding layer, and this grounding layer is actually covering these corner cases. Who knows what LLM would give us as an answer without this grounding layer. Human in the loop is also one interesting tactics strategy that you can apply. We really love it in SmartCat, and I heard first about it in Madrid 5 years ago, I think. Safari Books chief data engineer mentioned this on his lecture. Basically, this means that when you push your system to production, have someone which is checking quality of output. First, they can check each output, then every 100 output, et cetera, analyze the data, try to figure out where system is good, where system is not good, communicate that with customer, and do retraining. For example, human in the loop can do relabeling and then retraining, and your system can become better over time. Running costs. This is something that usually comes at the end when everything is built. But we're many technical vendors. We are partners with Databricks, Pinecone, many of big vendors there, and they usually offer to do cost estimation for their infrastructure and their tool. Use that, create partnerships with them, and let them do their homework. Amazon has calculator online, so use it and try to manage expectation on this front as well, because this will be the big pain when something is in production and somebody from the board or executive level gets surprised. And I want to finish my presentation with this statement. Data and AI solutions are for people. Expectation management is a really huge part of it, but also push your data and engineering teams to speak with customers, to understand what business problem we are solving, to tweak and tune, to demo the solution, and then gather the feedback. Are we on the right track? Are we not on the right track? Are we hitting the right kind of problem? Measure your success rate. I mentioned the number of projects in production. I think this is good measurement. There are many others. So try to measure how successful you are on this AI roadmap, or conclude that AI is not for you yet. This is completely fine. Even though everybody is talking about AI, you should remember that everybody talked about blockchain 2 years ago. I personally think that this is here to stay, but I am biased. I am from AI and data company, but if-else statements and deterministic software is okay as well. So this is what I had for today. I want to thank you and ask for any kind of questions that I might answer at this point.
Thank you, Nesho, for a great talk, and thank you for being a technology thought leader internationally. My question is, looking at the commoditization that is happening in AI and all the tools and studios that are coming and popping out and pouring, and having all the depth that is needed for production, what you see that people usually don't estimate in a complexity sense, and what bites usually the clients?
I think one big problem with this statement is that not all the tools are out there yet. I think we are at the first year of hype cycle. So usually you get you fall in love with some tool and then somebody else pushes something out. So I think this is the biggest problem since we are building the plane while we are learning how to fly with it. Not having many examples out there is also problematic. You don't know where to search for information. Products in AI space are half ready for production with documentation, examples, and everything. So I think we as professionals should pay attention to that, because at the end we are bringing value to customers, not playing with tool set. And good example is ChatGPT, which announced bigger context layer. And if they continue increasing context layer, who knows whether we will need vector databases. And now we fell in love with vector databases. So I think Neško, who is shareholder in SmartCat as well, he went through mobile and cloud hype cycles, and he told me that fifth year is good year to evaluate how to build stuff and how not to build stuff. So I would be cautious, but try to build stuff anyhow, not stop.